Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine, and today we're going to do a workout entirely with bands or tubes. So grab your pile of bands or your tubes, whatever, and we're going to start with one about chest height. We're going to have them set up about chest height and lower, and then use them for a couple other things as well. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move. So 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout, getting your heart rate up, muscles warmed up, and ready to do some resistance training. Okay, today we are going to use a little bit heavier band to start. We're going to do an alternating row. So I've got a couple bands already kind of lined up and ready to go over here. But we're going to do a row alternating sides. So pulling that band back, setting those shoulders down and back, knees and hips not really in a squat but engaged. So, not locked out, just a little bit of a bend, all those muscles engaged. We're going to go slowly, and you can adjust as you start. Maybe you need to move back just a little bit, give yourself a little bit more resistance. Maybe you need to scoot forward a little. Sometimes doubling your band up is also a great way to go. Bands are so versatile, easy to travel with. If you're traveling, it's easy to throw a couple bands in your bag. I do that a lot. Throw a towel down on the floor at your hotel or whatever. And you can get a great full body workout in with some body weight and some bands. So this is a great workout. There's only one exercise we're going to do without a band. All right, nice and slowly, both directions, holding those shoulders steady and stable, keeping your abs really tight. We're not twisting. We're staying nice and sturdy and level here. Let's do one more each side, really keeping those abs tight as we go, and rest. Okay, I'm gonna take my handles off. All right, okay, the next one we're going to do is a squat using a band. So I'm just going to use my flat bands here. You can make sure you have a long enough band. You can kind of play with them and see how this goes. But standing on the band, and I want to give a kind of a good stretch there, and then we're going to hold this about at your shoulders. You can kind of hold it, get a good grip on it. You can also use the handled ones, so you have something easier to hang on to. Now, I've got my resistance here. I'm going to squat down and then stand back up. So sometimes you may, adjust as you go. I'm just holding it. So this is really similar to what we did the other day, holding a weight. But now we're giving some resistance against the band. So you want to resist on the way up, right? Nice and slowly. Sitting those hips back. Keeping your chest nice and tall. I'm just holding it right at my chest because that makes it easier for me to hang on to. Resisting up against that band. Now, this isn't going to be like, putting a giant weight on your back, like if you're doing a squat rack or something, but it's giving some resistance. It's giving you something different, giving your muscles a little bit different look at a squat. Let's do one more, and 10. Good. Now, if you want more resistance, you can double up bands there. That's really easy to do. Okay, next we're going to keep one of these bands and do some biceps curls. So you can do one or the other, you can do both. You can stand, depending on the length of your band. Sometimes people's bands aren't quite long enough for these types of exercises, so you can just kind of loop it under one foot instead. Like with that squat, you could just do this and stand up against it. Lots of different ways to kind of play with it if your bands aren't long enough, or if they're really, really strong bands, or really, really light bands. It depends on what you have around the house. Now, we're going to do biceps curls. So again, stand on it with one foot. You could stand on it with 2 feet, whatever your band length will allow for. I'm going to do it with 2 here. And then if it's feeling like too much, maybe I just stand on it with 1. That gives you a little bit more length. importantly here, like with all biceps curls, I want your arms to go all the way straight at the end. So if this is still not quite enough length standing, you can sit down and do the same thing. If it's too light, you can, give yourself, tighten it up a little bit. Again, you can do this with the handled ones. I'm just leaving all of mine ready to go over there in the door because we've got a couple more. Shoulders down and back, abs tight, arms all the way straight at the end. Again, this may not be the most ideal if you're looking for really heavy, weights here, but this is a great way to get some resistance when you're traveling or when you're trying to get a quick workout, or if you don't have dumbbells, this is a great way to add resistance, or if your dumbbells are just too heavy. Some people have like this whole rack of really heavy dumbbells that just honestly nobody uses. So you need some lighter ones, you need some bands, something that you can actually use and work on your strength. Okay, now we're going to move back over here. I'm going to attach one handle. I've got a lighter band on the bottom here. And we're going to do low to high. So we've done wood choppers in the past, we've done side twists, things like that. So we're going to do a low to high twist. So we're starting down here, and we're going to pull up and across like you're going to throw something far, so you're giving it some loft. 3, coming from a little bit of a squat, diagonally up to the other side. So a little bit of a twist, abs engaged. 5, keep breathing. 6. Again, you can just do this with a normal band. You can loop it around something low. 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're going to switch sides. Keep those feet nice and wide, and you can adjust. If this feels like it's not very hard, you can step out a little ways. Similarly, if it's too heavy, give yourself a lighter band or step closer to that wall. Really stretch, reaching across to opposite, diagonal. A little bit of a squat at the bottom. 5, keep breathing, keep those abs engaged. 6, 7, 8, and then also trying to keep those shoulders down. I know you're pressing up here, but you're not here, right? 9, and 10. All right, good. Now we're going to sit on a ball or a chair for the next one. We're going to do some ab leans. So you can sit on the edge of a bed, on the edge of a chair. You can even do these on the floor. It's versatile. Quick break from the bands. And then if you're doing this in a hotel or you're traveling, you can sit on the chair, you can sit on the edge of the bed, you can sit lots of places. So up on the edge here, my heels are just kind of relaxing here. We're going to lean back, and remember, we're not going to come quite all the way up. So you're keeping your back straight, not coming all the way up to here. That gives your abs a break. We want to keep them engaged. 3, 4, 5, keep breathing. 6, breathe in on the way back. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then again, do more than 10 if you need more. That's okay. You can always make these workouts work for you. If you're like, 10 is too many, do 7, do 8. If you get to 10 and you're like, I can still do a few more, great. Add on a few more. That's a wonderful way to do it. It's just kind of make it your own here. Okay, the last one we're going to do is a shoulder extension. So I've got my little bit lighter band here, already in my strap here. And we're going to face the wall again. I want you to stagger your feet as this helps protect your back. So we're going to stagger your feet, tighten that core, And then we're going to bring that band straight to your hips. So this is a shoulder extension. This is a great shoulder stabilizer. 4, good for posture, good for your rotator cuff. 6, nice and slow. All you're doing is slowly bringing it from here straight beside your hips. So your palms are facing back the whole time. Again, you can switch, move a little closer. It feels like too much. Move back a little bit if you need a little more resistance. Abs nice and tight. Shoulders down, squeezing those shoulder blades a bit at the end range here. 2 more. And 10. All right, good. Oh, Baloo came in right at the end here. Hi, baby. Hi. Should we move the camera down? Here's Baloo. Okay, so go through these 1 to 2 more times. Like I always say, add a little cardio in between. Add some extra repetitions to these. Sometimes bands, like I said, don't give you a super challenging muscle workout, but you can make it harder by tightening the band, by stepping closer, by doing a few more repetitions. Really engaging and thinking about those muscles actually brings more muscle fibers to the exercise. So there's a lot of different ways you can make those bands be really efficient for a workout. And they, like I said, you can throw them in your suitcase. You can do them anywhere. So do those through, 2 or 3 times. Do some cardio in between. If you're in a hotel room and you're trying to get a workout in, you can do some stepping, marching in place, do some low jacks, things like that. So we can still get a good workout in a small space. All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.